Every day, we strive to do more and be the best versions of ourselves. It's not an easy task, but success is available for each of us. Welcome to the Swag University podcast, where each week we explore insightful messages, strategies, and tips to help you level up in life. Your host, Dr. Phildra Swagger, creative strategist and mindset coach, will empower you with the tools you need to create the life and business you desire, while providing inspirational insights to the woman who wants to see her destiny manifested daily. So now, let's level up with Dr. Swag.
Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Dr. Swag. As always, it's a pleasure to join you in the conversation. I want to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by the Boss Chicks Inner Circle, the group coaching program for women who want to be the CEO of their own lives. That's right. Take charge, ladies. Take charge of who you are, who you want to be, and where you want to go. It's time to do the thing that makes your heart sing. It's time to do the thing that generates the revenue, the income, and the life that you've always dreamed of. Check out Combined Expertise at Boss Chicks for more information. Well, what are we going to talk about today? Have you heard of BHAG? You haven't? Well, I'm going to bring you into it. The BHAG is a big, hairy, audacious goal, right? So when you think of a big, hairy, audacious goal, I ask you, what are you struggling with? What are you struggling with in your own strength? What is your organization struggling with? And how can you move forward? How can you set a larger vision for yourself? I want to talk about BHAG in the sense of how you achieve a stretch goal. And a stretch goal, for our purposes, is that thing that you define as a goal in which you don't appear to be well suited for, where it appears that you don't have the past experience or maybe even the credentials to achieve, but you know in your heart of hearts you can, right? So when you think about are you well suited, or if you have the experience, an example might be if you've always struggled financially, the goal of becoming a millionaire or even a billionaire would be a stretch goal. Getting in shape would be a stretch goal if you've weighed over 300 or 400 pounds for many years, for the last few years. But that does not mean it's not possible. You see, we all have dreams that would be a stretch for us, that we have to extend ourselves, reach to the network, understand that it might be larger, it is larger than what it is that we can do in our own power. It is different for everyone, and what might be a stretch goal for you could easily be achieved for someone else, and vice versa. But you set the tone. You can easily spot when a goal is going to be a challenge for you because there are certain symptoms that present itself. And some of those symptoms are the thought of achieving the goal is physically uncomfortable. You notice that you have a headache when you think about it. You get spots on your eyes, You feel like you have a little extra heart palpitations, right? There's a physical response to this task that you've labeled daunting, right? Well, a daunting task can be overcome. Stick with me. I'm going to teach you how. Another symptom that you might notice is that you have a strong inclination of procrastination. So who knows what procrastination is? It's fear. Procrastination is fear. Procrastination is not laziness. I'm not even going to allow you to wear that. There is something in your mindset. There is something in your energy force. There is something that is telling you that you are not good enough, right? That's what procrastination is, because you have already created in divine perfection. You can do whatever it is that you want. All things are possible. And so if all things are possible, then what is stopping you? Fear. Fear is a stopper. Another tip or symptom you might know when you are approaching a stretch goal that is going to require more than you believe you might be inclined to accomplish. And that becomes you begin to get busy in little things. You indulge in distractions. You have the TV on, you're scrolling on the phone, you write one sentence, maybe you got a paragraph out, and now you need to stop and go get lunch. You need to eat. Oh, I'm so tired. Let me take a little 20-minute power nap, right? This is indulging in the small things. You are majoring in minors, and majoring in minors will never help you reach the level of a success and accomplishment that you want to reach. If you have a big, hairy, audacious goal, it's like an elephant. You're going to have to bite it one bite at a time. And you're going to have to prioritize by moving those distractions out of the way. The fourth and final symptom, I don't want to stay in the symptoms, but the fourth and final symptom I want to share with you is that when you do actually try, there is a resistance everywhere. On every front you look. Now when you're talking about it, you start feeling dreadful, as well as the appearance of these obstacles that seem to be in the way. You feel like there's resistance. You say, hey, I want to be able to generate $1 million this year. And I'm going to do that through my podcast. I'm going to do that through contractual relationships. Well, you start to record your podcast, and guess what? The mic dies, the mic drops, right? You try to create a new account on YouTube, and YouTube or Libsyn or wherever you post says you're blocked. What in the world is happening? You tell the bank that I'm making deposits, and the bank says, well, I've never heard a bank say they're not going to take your money. So that might not be the example, right? But for whatever reason, your account is funny. Your money is funny, and your change is strange for some reason, and you're trying to become a millionaire. Those are distractions and resistance that you have to change your mindset to get past, right? So once you've determined that a particular dream is a stretch goal, the question is, how can you accomplish it when it seems so challenging? Well, I want to offer you a process that is particularly suited for achieving stretch goals. And the number one thing is write down your goal. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain. I want you to write down the experience of achieving it. Imagine having lost the first 50 pounds. Or imagine having saved the first $5,000. Imagine signing and receiving the first $20,000 contract. How does that feel? Just sit in it for a moment. How does it feel? You have a $20,000 contract when you know your last contract was $250, and that was because the church gave you a love offering for speaking. Now you have a $20,000 contract where somebody has invested in your dream, in your big, hairy, audacious goal of accomplishing the things that make your heart sing. What would that experience look like? Write it down. And when you write it down, I want you to focus on your thoughts, focus on the feelings, focus on what you hear. What does it see? Engage all your senses. This $20,000 contract, it feels like step one to success. It feels like I can do all things. It sounds like cha-ching. It sounds like the phone ringing. Hello, Dr. Swagger. We'd like to do business with you. It looks like the person that I want to be. I see myself on stage, right? Write it all down. Journal it. Write the vision and make it plain. Step number 2 in achieving this stretch goal, this big, hairy, audacious goal. Keep writing, reading, and imagining. Put down on paper the experience of having achieved your goal. Now it's not a what if, you've achieved it. Try to relax with those feelings until there's no negativity in your space. Like there's no fear, there's no anticipation, there's no room for procrastination, right? Because when fear leaves, that procrastination will leave. So success leaves tips, right? Success is going to leave lessons for you to pick up. So repeat this process as often as possible by capturing what it feels like, capturing what the lessons learned have been. Repeat it as many times as you need to so that you can continue to diminish the negativity and increase the success. Less of you, more of the spirit, more of God, more of success, more of abundance, more of confidence, more of courageousness. Every time you write it down, tell the story at a different level. Remind yourself of this first contract was $20,000 and it took me a month to get it. Next month, I'm going to have two $40,000 a month and I'm going to be able to do it in 1 month. The next month, I'm doubling every time. It's the compounding effect. It's the compounding effect. I'm going from 1 to 2 to 4 to 8 to 16. This is my year of abundance. Consistent action breeds abundance. Write it down. Step number 3, listen. This is a big one, and it can be a challenging one during this pandemic. So step number 3 is to stick with winners. Increase your network. If you increase your network with winners, you will increase your net worth. Hang around other people who've done what it is that you set out to do. Remember, success leaves tips. Success leaves tips. A big, hairy, audacious goal, get you a role model. What is a role model? A role model is that person that went from 350 to 175 and a six-pack. Right? It cut the body in half, right? Then you want to go from that person who said, I started out with a single mom on subsidized housing. I started out with a broken home. I didn't have a college degree, but look at me now. Well, what is that journey? What did they do? And listen, I'm going to give you a tip. Imitation is the best form of flattery. You get a role model that you can imitate and learn and help them see themselves in you, and you in them. They will be willing to invest in you. That is a mentor. And listen, I don't care how old you are, whether you're 25, 35, or 55, there's always room to learn from those who have gone before you. So as you seek to expand your network in order to increase your net worth, get with winners. If the people on your bus aren't going in the direction that you're going in, get a new bus. Change routes, right? That's step number 3. Now, number 4 goes back and incorporates all of this. Step number 4 is to make a plan. Now you can make a plan and move forward with your more traditional approach of putting your plan of action into place. You may have to refine it and tweak it along the way as you learn, because as you learn, you grow. As you learn, you know which direction to step in. Another important tip that I want you to understand about learning, and that is everything may not work out. So take on this mantra. I don't lose, I learn. I could not have won or lost if I hadn't tried, right? So attempt everything that you have written down on your plan. Move in the direction of having guidance with your role model, that person that has experience in the area that you are striving in, and learn from them. But when it doesn't work out, count it all joy. Understand that you do not lose, you learn, and learning takes you to the next step, right? So until you reach success, continue to push forward. And as you put your plan in motion, continue to use positive meditations, daily meditations and affirmations to help you stay focused. Because this is not a place that you have been before. This is a place that eyes have not seen nor ears have heard about the glory and the goodness as to where you're going. And so stay focused on that. There is a plan for you, one to build you up, not to tear you down. So you have to know that your big, hairy, audacious goal is now in your spirit, but it was already created for you. Capture that. It was already created for you. So move forward. Constantly monitoring your behavior. Activated faith means taking action, moving forward, making sure that you feed your goal, you feed your faith, and you consistently put in the work. Are your thoughts mostly positive? Do you feel good when you think about achieving where you're aiming for? Are you taking enthusiastic action toward reaching your goal? If not, eliminate the negativity and repeat that steps 2 or 3 times throughout the process. So I just want to leave you with this. Stretch goals are challenging because they aren't in alignment with your previous experience. They're not familiar to those that are around you, those who have opinions of you. But that does not mean they are not possible. Get a big, hairy, audacious goal, a BHAG, and be consistent about it. Be driven toward it and get the resources that you need to accomplish it, right? Negative feelings will arise as you attempt a goal, but you can deal with them. You can journal them, write it down, keep reading as step 2. Get a new network and make a plan, because following the process will move your stretch goals into your realm of accomplishment and possibility. Even your wildest dreams can truly be reached if you consistently activate your faith and take action. As always, it's your girl, Dr. Swag. Remember, stay blessed to be a blessing.
Glad you joined our conversation. For more Swag University episodes, subscribe on iTunes and help us level up by leaving a 5-star review. For more information and free resources, visit our website at swaguniversity.com with 2 G's. That's SWAGG University.com. Also, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to keep the conversation going. Until next time, we hope this episode has inspired you to manifest your destiny and level up today.